I ain't gonna hold you this theory. I don't know. this egg theory.
Yeah, you talked about some eggs. Like
Yes, bro.
I didn't know.
Okay, so I mean, it's just like I don't. It sounds believable. I don't know. I mean, you just have to hear it for yourself. I ain't gonna hold you. This shit is just something else.
Okay, because when I hear eggs, first thing that comes to mind are not like the eggs you eat, but because in German instead of balls we say eggs.
No way.
So yeah,
Why is that such a common thing? Because even in Spanish, huevos means balls and eggs.
I don't know.
No
Probably
fucking
because they look
way.
like it.
No, it does not. Yours
see
do.
I mean, I've never seen mine. Like
Huh?
how they look
Oh,
within.
of course. All right, so mine
Looks
is
like you,
actually relatively
Yeah.
short today. It's probably a smooth 10 minutes. I ain't gonna hold you because like his theory is just like very straight to the point and just so exact.
Yeah, I just picked a dumb one.
All right, bet. So, viewers, you are getting an absolute short episode today. It means you can breeze through this one easily.
Finally.
Finally. All right, you want to go first? You want me to?
I can go first. I think you did. You went first last time.
All right, bet.
So this theory, straight up, is a question. It's called: Did dinosaurs help build the pyramids
Interesting.
in Egypt? So, of course, we know the most common conspiracy, I think, is aliens, right? Because the stones are heavy. How did people back then even build all this? It had to be some alien technology or some kind of outside help. And I mean, I've never heard about dinosaurs being alive during that era.
Me
Like, I think
neither.
yeah, I mean, I think it was either last week or the week before we actually talked about dinosaurs, right, or something like this. You said you didn't really believe in them.
Yeah, that was last week.
Yeah, and but yeah, in this one, it's just that it wasn't even like that they found skeletons or fossils, whatever. They just found some kind of like some art. It's not really drawings. They just had like these. It's like in the pyramids, all these hieroglyphs, what are they even called?
Yeah, they're called hieroglyphs over here. Yeah.
Hieroglyphs, yeah. So it's something similar to that. I think I even had the picture ready to go. It's like it's not really dinosaurs per se, but it's just two people more or less controlling like some two beasts, and people call them, or like you can see in Almighty Network, like you can probably edit this into the video then. It's just like this is I think the origin where this whole theory even like came from. Some beasts that are very tall, like have long like very long necks that supposedly reach like to the clouds. So it's
What
like
the?
with the I forgot the name of the dinosaurs that have these long necks. I don't even want to think about it. Like, you know what I mean, right? These
Yeah, those.
long neck dinosaurs. Yeah, that they are super strong and like all these. I mean, adjectives. You want to add whatever. It's like they use them to help whatever mythical creatures. And I mean, okay, of course, dinosaurs are probably the closest thing you could like maybe imagine here. But then again, at first I thought this was some kind of like this was actually like a serious like theory, whatever. But apparently the people that claim this, like here, I'm on the site and it says some like Professor Nabir has a quote saying, yeah, they dinosaurs might have helped it, whatever. Like there are some quotes, but then I just found out that those people aren't actually real professors.
What? Who are they?
Bro, I didn't like it says here Egyptologist, and I didn't even know this exists. Like it's archaeologists but in Egypt? Or
Because a liar.
this is some random shit. I've never heard of this before. They calling it an unexpected discovery, like it's something like I believe like I think we had past theories, not specifically on this podcast, but I mean CDD or in general, when we talked about Egypt and hieroglyphs and stuff, and they usually like, they always have some wild shit. Like I think even it's a time machine kind of drawing,
Yeah, I
right?
remember that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Professor Pascal. Or I forgot what the fuck it was, but yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah. So of course this is just one of those fucking like I wouldn't even say I believe in this because I found a funny picture. Like you can hear, like this would probably look like this then, or what? Like they would be helping helping them build the pyramids. And while researching this, I actually found out stuff about the pyramids themselves. Like not specifically about dinosaurs, but this is the reason why people assume it's aliens. Um, the pyramids are very how do you say this? Not really detailed, but they are perfectly built and perfectly placed.
Somehow.
Yeah. So apparently, I don't have like I didn't want to really look into this too deep. So this is just like I found a forum, people talking about the pyramids, and apparently the height of the pyramid, the angles, whatever, they have connections to the letter, or not the letter, the number pi, right? The
Wait, how?
3.14.
What's the connection?
So let's see, what was it here? This is actually a lot of a lot of info. Like some of them say the Great Pyramid, for example, like before I get to pi, the Great Pyramid location is 29.9792 north, like the coordinates, and that is exactly the same as speed of light.
What?
299 0.79 or 299,792 kilometers per second. So it's just like the comma or whatever is in another place. Of course, I mean, is this a coincidence? I don't know. It's just weird that this exact coordinate of the great, like the biggest pyramid is the same, like numbers wise as light speed, even though they shouldn't have been able to know how fast light is, obviously. The height of this pyramid is 146.6 meters. And this person says that if you add 3 more meters, like to the peak, like you make it 3 meters higher, it's some kind of length or whatever divided by fucking, I don't even want to get into this. It's just that if you look at these numbers, you can somehow, if you do some, I don't want to call them mental gymnastics, but you can somehow connect it to pi, so that if you divide the height by a certain number, like not a random number but some specific one, you get the number pi, which was discovered like here in the West 2,000 years later. Here even another one is the mass of this pyramid is about 5.97 million tons, and the mass of the Earth is 5.972 times 10 to the 18th power. So obviously Earth has a bigger mass, obviously, but the numbers are just the same thing, except larger or bigger, right? It's like with the coordinates, like we have 29.979, and then we have light speed 299, like you have the same numbers there. It's just very weird. This is probably, I would assume, the reason why people started thinking it had to be aliens. Because even if we don't think about how they transported all the stones, because obviously back then they didn't have all the technology needed to move them. Even for our times, like our technology now, it would still be very difficult to make these pyramids. So for them, it had to, I don't know how many years it would have to take for them to even build one of them. And they built multiple ones. And then at the same time, it's not just hard work, but you also need like a lot of very smart people, mathematicians and stuff, to really calculate the fucking height, coordinates, mass, length, girth.
Hey, yo. It's
Yeah, I
damn
don't
near
know.
impossible.
Yeah, it's just weird. So, and to come back to the dinosaur one, because at first I actually, like, as I said, thought this might have been some more or less serious stuff. Oh, of course, I didn't believe it for a single second, but maybe there is some kind of proof. But if you believe in dinosaurs, that they existed, we have fossils, we have their skulls partly, so we can see that their brains were very small, so they for sure did not have the needed capacity to even really follow orders properly. It's similar to the most animals, right? Like, you cannot command most animals. They are just not able to listen to people. So how would people ride on dinosaurs and get them to lift heavy rocks and fucking whatever?
What if they're able to be domesticated? That'd be crazy.
Domesticated dinosaurs, yeah, right. Like the T-Rex with its little arms.
Well, okay, so we have like pet parrots and stuff now. And last week you said they might be birds, so you never know.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's because we, of course, don't know if they had feathers or not, right? Yeah, most of the time. Like, we know, like, some fossils indicate that like some of them were able to fly, so we just assume they had feathers. Others apparently not. So not all of them will probably have feathers, especially the ones that are probably underwater, right? Because they don't have legs or arms; they just look like fish. But some of them, like the T-Rex, for example, we obviously don't know. The T-Rex could look like, we don't even know how it would look like. It could look like whatever, have feathers, be pink, be brown. I don't know. Like, could be everything. And the arms, as I said, maybe there's just like small wings, like with bees, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
But this
crazy.
was my theory, rather short. I remember last time, like, it was a bit complicated explaining my theory last time, so I just thought, yeah, this time just some dumb shit. Also because I'm interested in pyramids, and I didn't even know like all the details, like all these numbers that they somehow, you could call it a coincidence. But if you, like, for the people interested, you can really look this up, go online, and see that somehow, coincidence or not, the numbers probably won't lie. They some numbers can be like, you can get them to pi without like some mental gymnastics, or the coordinates, or the mass, the height, right? I don't know.
You've
Just
been
some
on like a
weird
big ass dinosaur kick too.
Yeah. Didn't even plan on doing that.
Oh, I
I
thought you
gotta
were just like
stop
interested in
talking about
dinosaurs right
dinosaurs.
now.
Nah, I don't give a fuck about dinosaurs.
No way.
I was never one of those kids who played with dinosaur figures.
Yes,
Like
they would like
figurines.
study that shit in my school.
Nah, I was more of a Greek gods type
Absolutely.
kid. Yeah, reading Percy Jackson and stuff. Later, like Roman gods were also interesting. Late, like couple, like maybe like last year, 2 years ago, I also was interested in Egyptian stuff, like Egyptian gods. But I mean, it's always just other beliefs, not just some random dinosaurs that are already dead. Like, we don't even have a lot of proof of their existence, just some fossils.
Yeah, I think I was able to get into every type of mythology, like Greek, Roman. I even got a little bit into Norse mythology, but I never got into Greek. Like, there's even like I'm pretty sure the guy that wrote Percy Jackson made a Greek series, an Egyptian series, and I just never got to it.
Yeah, so the main one is, I think, Greek, should be, if I'm not misremembering something. There is one that is Roman, but I only read the first book, or half of it, and then dropped it. I don't think I like the
Yeah.
protagonists,
Yeah,
so...
I think it was Jason in that one. Like, Percy was the
Yeah.
Greek one, and then once he got to Roman mythology with Jason, he started like, all right, let me make these books 300,000 pages long, and they just multiplied. And then he dropped an
Yeah.
Egyptian one after that.
Yeah, I think I even still have the first book somewhere in my house, but I can't be bothered to read it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got through. I think I read the first 3 inside the Roman one. I mean, it just started
Mhm.
getting to like, I guess he kind of realized that he couldn't do this series without Percy. So like, he did Jason in the first book, and then the second one was about Percy, and then the third one was about them two coming together with their problems and then solving
Yeah.
that shit. Basically, it was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Though. I fuck with it. The Egyptian one, though, I probably won't ever get into that. All
Mhm.
right,
Yeah.
so mine is also gonna be pretty relatively short. But I've been seeing this shit 40 times inside this server and then 30 times on TikTok. I just seen it literally everywhere, so I thought I'd talk about this shit. So this is the egg theory. The egg theory pertains to myself, it pertains to Pan, it pertains to the person listening to this. Because apparently it means that every single one of us was each other at one point or another. Now, let me explain this. The theory says that all of us have been each other at some point in time or history. The theory is that every single time you die, you get reincarnated into another person at some point in history and now live the life as them. So imagine if I died and then I was reborn as Pan and then lived life as Pan and I was reborn as JFK or some shit. You will eventually end up being everybody at some point in time. It's explained that there is an actual reason for all this to be happening. The reason is that you yourself, the person that's listening to this, if you're the main character, I don't know, maybe Pan feels he's the main character, maybe anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So right now it's Pan's turn to be living right now. So Pan is the main character, and maybe he'll be reborn as the person listening. The reason is that Pan right now is a god in training, and there are other gods all around the galaxy who are much, much older than he is. You are right now going through some sort of training arc, basically. Think of it like that if you're an avid anime watcher. This is to become more and more in tune with human emotion and feelings. So, I don't know the experiences that you or Panda have been through in life, but I'm 100% positive that you guys have all experienced happiness, sadness, anger, just the basic emotions, right? So the person that you are trying to become is supposed to be basically 100% expert on every single one of these emotions. And they think that you living your life as everybody that's ever existed will make you become a master of the human race, basically. This universe was made solely for you as an egg for the main character to grow and one day eventually look after. So basically you're growing, living life as everybody, to one day look after this universe that you are created in to look after. Once you've lived every single life, then you will become a god finally. This will teach you that every time you victimize somebody, you're doing it to yourself. Every time you're kind to somebody, you're also doing that to yourself. Every happy and sad moment ever experienced by this world and yourself will be experienced by you, to you, and from you. It's a pretty interesting theory, honestly.
Yeah, I think I heard something similar in the past. Yeah, though not the God and training stuff. Like this is for sure new to me. I haven't looked into this egg theory at all yet, but definitely an interesting take. Like it's not a simulation. It's not. It's kind of rebirth, reincarnation more. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not heaven or anything. Nirvana. It's just like a whole new belief. I fuck with it though. Like it's pretty interesting. It also makes you think about like the whether you should be nice or a bad person. Like it's just probably good for you, kinda, if you believe in this. So as you said, if you do something bad to someone, it's like doing a bad thing towards yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like teaching you morals, low key. I mean, other religions also do that.
It's basically like in Christianity, there's this rule called the Golden Rule. You guys have probably all heard of it. Do as to others as you want to be done to yourself, basically. I mean, it's like the Golden Rule conspiracy-fied, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's like not only are you doing it to others, but you are 1,000,000,000% also doing it to yourself.
Hmm. Yeah. So you're training to become a god. You want to be you want to have perfect control and knowledge over every possible emotion. But also at the same time, if you're living everyone at some point, that means you just know how everything works, like the earth itself and all the secrets probably. History wise, also like what happened in the past, what's gonna happen in the future. It's actually crazy. Like you will straight up become maybe not a whole god by then, knowledge wise, but you're like the top human ever well, like in all categories then. And then if you're a god in training, you get your powers at the end. And that also means that if you read the Bible or if you are a Christian, that means that the Bible is about you. Damn,
Damn. What
that's
the?
crazy.
Yeah, the Bible's about you. Every history book you've opened is stories that you've done. That literally means that you've been Abraham Lincoln and
Hmm.
John Wilkes Booth. Like you've
Fuck.
shot yourself. That's insane.
Every death that happened, you caused.
Yeah, it's like you've been everybody in the audience. You've experienced from every angle. You've been Martin Luther
Mhm.
King. You've been the people inside the crowd listening to his speech. You've been the people that were racist to him. You've been every single person.
Fuck.
This shit is
So you
getting
bet.
kind of deep.
So you better not ever say I'm not racist, bro. You sure
What?
are.
That's what you got from it? Everybody's
Yeah.
racist?
Of course, everyone is everything. But low key, this theory is also, if you look at it from another perspective, kinda is egotistic the word? So it's just that you see yourself as the
Main character.
yes, the as the main thing in existence. So no one else is actually matters, low key. It's just you. It's also kind of lonely. If you really believe in this, just like there are no other people, just always you, but your main consciousness just moves around. So right now, if I were to follow this theory, right now I'm in my body, I'm Pan, so I'm living my life, I die, and then I get reborn, and my consciousness just moves to another person, like, and they are born maybe 2,000 years ago, and then after that maybe 1,500 years in the future. uh, but definitely interesting. So I probably need to look into this a bit more, because this is more like, this is one of the more unique takes on how life after death would look like and how existence works.
Yeah.
It's probably more interesting than simulation, maybe even potentially less depressive, uh, because like the simulation theory just suggests that if you wake up, there's a world and it can be like the worst thing ever. That's why you're in the simulation to begin with. Or people are doing tests on you and that's why you're in the simulation. This one is just, this existence is real. You're just everyone at once. It's either like you can either see it as very lonely, or probably as, I don't know,
I think it gives you
low
like a
key.
optimistic look on things, right? Because you're like, yeah, I mean, if I mess up this time, I'm just going through a learning process, basically.
Yeah, but then it's also like a playground. So if you
Yeah.
really believe in this, you would just do whatever.
Well, I think that's why
Nothing
we have
matters.
like I don't know, like the whole thing with reincarnation, I get kind of iffy because like they say, yeah, you do remember certain aspects through like deja vu and stuff like that, but
Hmm.
it's just like I find it unbelievable that you couldn't have any knowledge at all from like your past life.
Yeah. So you will probably forget everything, right?
Yeah.
Like with this one, would be cool to remember everything, but then it's, I don't know. Would also be kind of, it would be kind of depressing, right? If you die and get reincarnated as another person, but you remember everything. It's like you just remember all the people that you lost in the past,
Damn.
and you just restart, and everything that happened before that just doesn't matter anymore. That's that is depressing. Depressing.
Have you heard the whole thing where like they say the white light you see whenever you die is like you entering the world through your mom's womb? into a
Nope.
doctor's office?
No.
Yeah, they
But
say like
yeah,
whenever you die, like, oh, you're going to the light. This is you being reincarnated and coming out of the womb, basically.
yeah. Now that you say that, I think we gotta look into some of these near-death experiences, because people, or how do you even call this? Like people that died. It's not really near death, but they actually died, but came back to life after maybe a couple seconds or a minute. I don't know how long you can be,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
how you can be dead, because there are some like the people that have this happen to them, they all tell some, like not all of them, some people just say they don't remember, but like other people do have some kind of experience uh, while being dead. Like some people say they saw complete darkness, some people say they saw light. Like I think we need to look into this, because I remember reading about this when I was in school. Like we had like religion as a subject,
Yeah.
and one of those topics was like were these reports of people. I just forgot about them, like because it was so many years ago. But now that we were talking about all this reincarnation stuff and what happens after death, I think this would be an interesting thing to look into. Maybe next week I might find some of those reports and we can check them out.
Let's both come on here with 1 to 2 stories of reincarnation stories then next week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but before we end, because you're done with your theory, right?
Yeah, that was mine.
Yeah. Because before we end this off, I was just interested, if we just assume that reincarnation or getting reborn, whatever, is the is the 100% thing that happens after death. Like no heaven, no nirvana, no anything. It's just like you get reborn. Would you like it to be reborn here on Earth or another world? Like completely different, maybe a fantasy world, maybe something else. I don't know.
I think if reincarnation would, I kind of want to keep reliving life on Earth. I feel like
Hmm. But as a different person, somewhere time in history, or just in the future, like you are born as a new person, maybe like I don't know, 10 years later.
if reincarnation was real, my I guess my ideal way of wanting it to happen, right, would probably be I lived life as Apollo, I die, and then I get reincarnated as somebody that I knew in my lifetime. I feel like that would be pretty interesting.
I see.
Because you got to think, like, everybody comes into contact with different people every single day, right? Like, even if we
Hmm.
just say hey to somebody on the subway or something like that. It's like
Hmm.
we'd eventually end up living life as everybody if we would keep living life as somebody that we've either seen in passing or talked to or we're close friends with or dated
Hmm.
or married. It'd be pretty interesting.
Okay. And then if this would, like, if you take this option, would you want to remember your past life or not?
I feel like if I remember my past life, I would just treat life like it's nothing. Like I would just be stupid and reckless, basically, because I know I'm just gonna be reborn.
But you don't know that. Maybe it's just like a one-off thing. Like you get one chance to be reincarnated, and if you die, it's nothing. Like nothing happens after that. Like
Well,
you
if it
probably
was like
don't
a
know.
one-off, then yeah, I'd probably say yeah. Give me the knowledge of the past life.
Because you don't know that in advance, right?
Yeah,
Like you die, you get reborn. If you remember everything, like I mean, okay, some like I think most people would probably, or maybe not most, but a lot of people would assume that this is proof enough that if you die, you get reborn again. Or maybe it's really just like you have two chances. Like you get to live twice, and that's it. So some people will just die recklessly, and there's nothing after that.
well, yeah, you just got one in the tuck, basically. Like, yeah, I'm gonna live life as hard as I can this time, but I mean, I can basically do what I want because I know I'm coming back.
Hmm.
Wait, so what's your ideal way of reincarnation?
Uh, so if we stay in this world, like on Earth,
Yeah,
would be cool to be born in probably better circumstances or better setting, like more money and stuff, or definitely not poor. Like some people are just very unlucky,
yeah.
and no one would say no to a good life. So have a head start from the very beginning. But if we take another world, Could be interesting. Maybe I'm just too much influenced by fictional texts, like all these stories, books, anime, manga, whatever, about different fantasy worlds and stuff. Because it does sound interesting if you're able to be reborn in a world like, I don't know, what's a good example, like Pokemon or something.
Ooh.
Like,
Oh
because
shit.
yeah, because I think Pokemon is actually like one of the best worlds to live in for
Yeah,
the
for sure
people.
not Naruto or Dragon Ball Z or something. They go crazy.
And of course, like if we believe the Pokedex and stuff, some Pokemon are very dangerous, but that's just really Pokedex. If we follow the anime, like nothing ever like really dangerous happens.
Yeah.
So they are just chilling, like going around on adventures, Pokemon battles. Like I don't know, sounds more fun than, as you said, Naruto, One Piece, Attack on Titan.
Well, okay, so I think we've had this I forgot where the conversation was had at, but we definitely had it to where like there's still normal people inside the Pokemon world. Like there's still like
Mhm.
tellers and lawyers and grocery shop clerks and stuff like that. So I
Yeah.
mean, Pokemon is literally just our world with the existence of just mythical creatures, basically.
hmm That are able to more like they are smarter than our animals, right? Like
Yeah,
we cannot just take an elephant and make it battle a squirrel.
and the
But with
squirrel win.
Pokemon, it's but with Pokemon, it's just probably more interesting. And all the like gym battles, Elite Fours, like it's just something that uh, you can have. You can set a goal in life early on, and trainers do make money.
They're
Just so
flowing with money.
yeah, like if you know what you're doing, um, you can probably make it very far in life. But even if not, like the Pokemon anime is just the most peaceful thing ever, apart from some of those organizations trying to destroy Earth
Yeah.
from time to time, but they get stopped by children, so I wouldn't even worry about that.
Yeah, imagine if
Like,
the protagonist was just like 20 years old, how easily they'd be stopped.
yeah, I mean, yeah, as I said, if you get reborn in a completely different world, then I'm preferably like one of those worlds like Pokemon, or I don't know, heck, Naruto is even fine after the war. Like they take all the villains out, and Naruto is actually like a fairly chill world
Yeah.
if you have some good jutsus.
Well, even before, like, the biggest problem in Gen 1 Naruto was just Orochimaru. Like, he was the main antagonist.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the biggest problem they dealt with was them kidnapping Sasuke, but that didn't have anything to do with the village itself.
Yeah, though we of course also heard about like corruption and mafia, like in the
Yeah.
Mist village, right? Like there is definitely criminal stuff going on, but that's what the ninjas are for. And as long as you're fairly decent at your job, you will be having a nice life. And the way ninjas be just flying around low key, jumping high as fuck, like Sasuke as a kid was able to jump high enough, like over the whole arena where he fought Gaara. Like, gotta be some a good ass view up there.
Yeah.
Not never having to worry about falling down and dying. You just you just can't do anything.
Wait,
Even
so
kids can.
you would for sure choose Pokemon as your reincarnation world?
Probably yeah. Like there are some worlds, maybe even like fucking like all these basic ass isekai worlds because they are more or less the same, but they are just very chill. But Pokemon is, I think, the most peaceful world to live in. That's also not really like that's it's a bit like our world, but with Pokemon, as you said.
And a
So
better
it's
economy, I feel like. I mean, because even the small stuff inside the stores, like food and stuff, would be like a smooth $100. So if there's that much money flowing around, where a fresh water is $100 to $200, like that's crazy.
mhm.
But yeah, I feel like Pokemon is the for sure pick. That or like, I don't know, Hunter x Hunter seemed like I had a pretty progressive world too, other than people just destroying charity auctions and stuff like that. But
Mhm. Though as long as you're not a hunter, I mean, okay, you can try to become a hunter. You just need to have skill, but then you don't need to go around fighting. You can really just sell um, your license and just
be rich.
never have to work again. Yeah. It's not really easy, but it's probably better than. Yeah, Attack on Titan is probably the most popular example of a very bad world to live in.
Absolutely.
Especially during this current season where just everyone is dying like hell now.
And it's like they won't end. Like everybody dies and like, dang, wait till final part 4 where everybody else dies. Like, no, bro, stop the show. I'm tired of watching my friends die.
But yeah, if we like the last thing I want to add, like if we take Pokemon as the place you get reincarnated in, I would still want to remember this world, like not getting your memory wiped and starting off completely new. I still want to remember this world.
Yeah.
To compare it and just have some like I think knowledge in here will still be helpful in the other world. Maybe you can, I don't know, make mayonnaise and then get rich. I don't know. This is like the most basic shit isekai authors think of. Like, how do I make my protagonist rich? I just make him make mayonnaise and sell it.
Or you can like just choose a really basic anime, like rent a girlfriend and live there.
Oh my god.
Just take all that guy's girlfriends and leave them alone.
No, if you get reincarnated, you are Kazuya.
Hell no. You live in a world full of
still
lifeless people.
He's taking ample L's, but at the end we all know at the end he's gonna take it to that one last final W and get the girl.
Oh my fucking god. Who is it gonna be?
Realistically, he shouldn't, but the author makes it happen.
Did you just think there's somebody out there right now like I really want to know who he's gonna end up being with?
Yeah, low key, it's like if you're Kazuya, if you're reborn there and you're Kazuya, it's like God trying to get you to have some bitches.
Yeah,
He's trying
exactly.
his best. Like the author trick.
Like you
Making
had
it so
9.
Kazuya finally has some.
I will give you 4 of them willingly.
He still says no.
Oh my god, this dude. I really can't wait for that next season to come out.
Same.
It's so funny
Watching that
to
in
laugh
VC is
at.
gonna be crazy.
Alright, y'all. Fans, all you got it, bro? You good?
Yeah, we good.
Alright, so me and Pan are coming out here next week with reincarnation stories. We're gonna see what the afterlife is really like, my niggas. So, we are getting out of here. This has been Further Beyond. Thank you guys. This has been Pan. This has been Apollo. We'll see you guys next episode. Peace.
Ah.